beautiful people, how are you doing? I hope everybody is doing great. I hope everybody is good. So if you are new in this channel, please subscribe and hit the notification button below. And if you've already subscribed, thank you so much, and invite your friend to subscribe into this channel. So today I thought, let me come up with another video, a second video, and this one is a bit personal, because I am here to help you get unstuck where you feel like you are stuck in terms of your career and your job. So we know that feeling stuck is not a nice thing. You know, feeling stuck is not something that we are so comfortable to feel or to be in. So I'm here just to help you to be able to take the first step to unstuck yourself. So I know how it feels like to be stuck. I was once in that position where I felt like, you know what, I am so stuck, nothing is happening, so I need to do something. One thing about being stuck that I really love so much is that at the end of the day, you really get to do the work and sit down and ask yourself a lot of questions and introspect until you get to the point where you plan your next move. So without any waste of time, let us get into this video. Okay, so number one thing that I would really love to advise you, and by the way, these tips are from me, from myself. I have not referred to anything, no internet, no source whatsoever. It's something that I really have also went through, you know, or these are some of the steps that I did to unstuck myself. So number one is identify your stuck. Where do you feel that you are most stuck? Identify your stuck. Number one, it could be that you are stuck because of the role that you are in now. Number two, you could be stuck because of the salary that you're receiving now. Number three, you could be stuck because of the industry or the company that you're working at. So it is very important to know where exactly are you stuck, because you cannot say I am stuck everywhere. Identify. Sometimes it could be that you are stuck in those three areas. Sometimes it could be that the company is good, everything is well, you're getting along with your colleagues, you're getting along with your manager, but you have, you know, hit your glass ceiling, so there is no movement for you. You just stuck in terms of your role, because the company that you're in, unfortunately, they do not offer anything beyond what you have or what you of the role that you are playing currently. So you need to be able to know exactly where you are stuck. Now, once you know exactly where you are stuck, you have done, you know, a lot of, you know, work in terms of identifying. Now you know that, yeah, I'm stuck. The next step that you need to do, you need to be able to know where do you think you should be versus where you are. So you cannot just say that you are stuck without any knowledge, without knowing exactly where you should be. So the next step, you need to be able to know exactly why, the reason why you feel stuck. And one of the things that you can do, for instance, for example, let's say for instance you feel stuck in terms of your salary package. What you need to do is you need to make homework. You need to do your homework. You need to do benchmarking. You need to compare April with April, different industries, similar role. You know, you need to be able to assess where you are, because that will inform you whether you stuck or whatever. So you need to do the homework of where you think you should be. The role, you need to be able to say, okay, I am now 5-6 years, you know, in this role, and I feel as though that I should be in, you know, in another level, you know, in another level of my role, you know, after 7 years of experience, 10 years, I feel that, man, I should be in that role. And, you know, those are some of the things that you really need to take into consideration. You cannot just sit and say I'm stuck. Your stuck must be informed by something, and you need to be able to do the work and compare and do your homework and do a lot of research in terms of where you think you should be. Number three, now that you know that you've identified your stuck and you know exactly where you should be, now number three is very, very important, because no one is going to unstuck you. You have to do the work. You have to commit to do the work for you to be able to be where you want to be or where you should be. You need to do a lot of work in terms of unstacking yourself. So number three is you now need to come up with an action plan. What is it that you are going to do to make sure that you get to where you have to be, where you should be? So you need to come up with an action plan and write it down, write it down. And when you come up with an action plan, it's like now, coming up with your goals, and you must remember that whatever goal you plan, it must be measurable, it must be, it must be able to be attainable and be realistic. If you say that you have to be working, in another industry, be realistic in terms of your timing. Is it a long-term thing? Is it going to be a short-term thing? Is it doable? Can you be able to achieve that in a very short space of time, or in a year or two? Just be realistic in terms of where you need to be. It's like having a vision board, or having planning those goals for yourself. You have to be able to make them feel as real as possible, because then it will become easier for you to be able to reach those goals. And by the way, just so I can give you a little bit of a background in terms of my life, where I felt like I'm stuck. When I was working for the university is like government, they've got their own thing, and university, mostly what they deal with in human resources, it's basically recruitment. They recruit, put people in the system, put people in the system. And that for me was not, resonating with me. That for me was not really me. And a year in, I was like, Labs, I think we are stuck. We need to do something about it. If you want to be somewhere, if you feel like you want to be an HR manager, you need to unstuck yourself here. So I did a lot of work I did a lot of work in terms of, where I think I should be, I was about 8 years experience in HR, and I felt like I'm ready to take up another role, or go up, another level in terms of my career and my role. And I did a lot of work. I did a lot of planning. I told myself, okay, for me to be able to get to where I want to be, I need to get out of here. And I came up with an action plan, put stuff in place, what is it that I need to do, and voila, I got out of that system and I went back to corporate, and I worked my my way through. So that's how it all begins, and that's how you literally will have to go through in terms of unstacking yourself. You need to be able to know exactly where you want to see yourself. How are you gonna get there? Why do you think that what you have now is not what you're supposed to have? So that is how you really unstuck yourself. And believe you me, it takes a lot of work to do. If it means you have to go enroll for another qualification, you will have to do it. If it means you have to take a salary cut in order to jump into another industry, you have to do it. I took a huge salary cut, and for me, honestly, it was not about the salary. It was just about, me, stepping into a role that will allow me to grow to be where I wanted to be, because I am so passionate about human resources. I love what I do, and I wanted to see myself, being successful in my career, being called a boss lady, so that is how you unstuck yourself. So as you know that I'm not only an HR consultant, I'm also a career strategist. So if you need help in terms of career mapping, holla at me, DM me, talk to me, let me help you get unstuck. And I really appreciate each and everyone who pops in my DMs and asking me questions about where they are and where they want to see themselves, or how they would really like to position themselves to be able to be employed or to be able to be earmarked for that new role. So yeah, I hope this was so informative, and I hope that you will do a lot of work in terms of unstucking yourself, because truth be told, people are so busy that they don't care about your dreams. People are so busy that they're just watching you, they're just looking at you, and if you depend your life on people to unstuck yourself, that is not going to be possible. People can open doors for you, but people are not going to do the work for you. You've got a lot of work to do in terms of your career development, you know. So that's it for me today. I hope you have written some notes, and even if you did not, you can still come back to this video. Share it with your friends, let them know, and until next time, mwah.